The television side of things is a little bit different in the sense that I agree, you've got to know your demographics, you've got to know who the TV station is trying to reach with the story. And I think we can generally say the 18 to 49 crowd is probably the best demographic that you're trying to reach on television. And again, you want to have a story that you can convince the assignment editors will reach the largest number of people in that particular demographic. And I know this sounds maybe kind of redundant, but whatever story you're trying to pitch to television, the more visual that story is, obviously the better it is. Television stations don't just want a talking head, they want video that can support the story. So think of your story as being very visual, and that'll help you a lot when you start talking to the assignment editors and producers at a television station. Another good way to get into a TV station is watch the national news, you guys, and if you can come up with any kind of a local angle on a national news story, they'll sit and listen to you all day long. So if there's some bad economic news out there on the national networks about real estate and that kind of thing, call up the TV stations and tell them, you know, it's not that bad here in Denver or whatever market you're in, and try to put another spin on that national story that localizes it for that particular TV station or the market they serve. Websites are now becoming one of the biggest revenue generators for television stations. I know that's hard to understand, but it's true. The TV stations have now figured out how to deliver their product on the web, and it's a moneymaker for them. And in some markets, it's a bigger moneymaker than having their news broadcast on air. So anytime you can come up with something that you feel you could pitch to their website, or for instance a blog, that would be great. I do a real estate blog for Channel 4 now, and we've only had it up 5 months at this point, and it's starting to really do well. And one of my ulterior motives, obviously, was to try to get real estate business from it, and I am. I'm starting to get great referrals and business off this blog. And I tell you, that's a freebie, guys. That's free advertising, you know what I mean? And so in terms of advertising, if you have the money and the horses in your business to pay for that kind of TV advertising, go for it. But there are a lot of less expensive and free ways to publicize yourself on television if you just think about the things that I've mentioned to you. Be careful who you contact at the TV stations, and be careful what you say to them and how do you talk to them. And the worst thing you can do at a TV station is to call a producer or an assignment editor 15 minutes before air, or while the station's on the air. I've seen producers just slam their phones down when some PR person or somebody's trying to pitch something to them when they're doing their job. So don't do that, okay? I'll tell you, if you want to get started with this and start blogging, one of the first thing you don't want to do, you guys, is sell yourself and your business on the blog. Because as soon as you start sounding like you're selling, it ain't going to happen for you. And it's not that people may not read your blog, but Google and the other people that do the search engine optimization, and you know, they make up the rules on that, you guys. And if they start seeing a realtor that is using the blog simply to pitch themselves, you won't come up well on the search engines. So that's the biggest thing to keep in mind, is make sure your blog is totally informational, and you know, if you want to put a call to action in there, that's fine. But don't start pitching people or pitching yourself, and don't start bad-mouthing other realtors. I mean, that'll just get you just blown out of the blog water quicker than anything. So, but I highly encourage you to do it. You can start them for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And once you learn how to gets your blog starting to get it positioned on various search engines, it can grow very, very quickly, exponentially. So whatever blog you go to, you can subscribe to the content on that blog through an RSS feed. And you just click on that, and it shows you how to save that RSS feed, and you can just save it to your Internet Explorer browser. And then, you know, take a look at it in the morning, and if that blog has been updated, you just click on it and you have the updates from the blog. You don't even have to go to the blog anymore. So what it is, it's content on demand from the consumer, and there's just really no better way to get people interested in whatever you're blogging about than an RSS feed, because they're coming to you, you're not going to them. So in terms of real estate, the best way to describe that is direct response marketing. Okay, I mean, they're coming to you when they want to, and it's a really, really cool technology. In fact, there are a lot. I know there's a company here in Denver now that is starting to do still picture virtual tours and positioning them on all of the various RSS feeds and social networking feeds and that kind of a thing, and on Google and all these kinds of places. And because it's a piece of video, it has become the optimum search engine optimization tool for real estate. And again, what you're trying to do with something like that is to bring a lead your direction. You know, the last thing you should be thinking about is selling that house. You want a lead. So video on blogs is the next big trick from a technology standpoint. Yeah, absolutely.